Sometimes your circumstances change and you find yourself in a position where you're no longer able to care for your pet. It's regrettable, but in these situations, shelters or rescue organizations can always help. Often, people who end up in such circumstances don't take advantage of these organizations. Sadly, they end up simply abandoning their pets, leaving the animals to fend for themselves, or hoping that someone else would come along and take care of them. Unfortunately, that's what happened in the small town of Hingham, Massachusetts. Residents were shocked and saddened to find a little pup in a crate ditched on the side of the road. There are many instances when one's life can change at the drop of a hat. Sadly, in such situations, especially those pertaining to financial circumstances, many people find it impossible to continue to care for their pets. While these hardships are typically unavoidable, there's always options for anyone who needs to find proper care for their pets in order for them to survive. There's no circumstances in which an animal should ever be abandoned and left to fend for itself. On a recent morning, residents of the quiet Massachusetts town of Hingham were shocked to find a dog in his crate abandoned on the side of a residential road. They were immediately concerned, as the owner was nowhere to be found. To their surprise, the Maltese, who they estimated to be roughly 2 years old, was left on the side of the road inside his cage with a leash and blanket, food, and even all his toys. It was clear that whoever had dropped him off was not planning to return to pick him back up. When police arrived, they presumed the young dog hadn't been there for more than a few hours. It was also apparent by the way that he was abandoned that whoever left him wanted him to be comfortable until the right people found him. Finding no identifying information on or with the dog, Hingham police turned him over to the local Animal Rescue League of Boston, whose veterinarians found that the little guy was in great health. Despite his circumstances, he was a real sweetheart. The police believed that the previous owner had good intentions, but they thought that the whole ordeal was executed poorly. It looks like they might have attempted to do the right thing, Hingham Police Sergeant Stephen Dirth explained. It just wasn't done fully correct. The police attempted to track down the dog's owner in order to find out why he was abandoned. They wrote a post on their Facebook page that began with, "Recognize me?" The dog was found in a cage with blanket, leash, food, dog coat, and toys on the side of the road near 158 Downer Avenue at 11:19 a.m. today. The post continued, "Had been there less than an hour. It had no microchip." Even if they weren't successful in their search for the abandoned dog's actual owner, the Animal Rescue League was prepared to find him a new forever home where he'd be loved and appreciated. It's just sad that the person who was supposed to do that for him in the first place failed to do so. Once the police do finally track down the previous owner, they will likely face stiff animal cruelty charges. For now, the pup would continue to stay with the caring staff at the Animal Rescue League, where he could rest assured that he'd be given the care he required. It seems like this little pup was well cared for, so it's terribly unfortunate that his owner felt the need to give him up in such a cruel way. Hopefully, he gets a new home soon. Share this shocking story with your friends.